All right, here's what I want to talk about. This is important.
We want to start out with welcome to podcast episode 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Good job.
There you go.
What's it called when you go somewhere for religious beliefs? Pilgrimage.
Exodus from one place to
Yes,
another.
The exodus from one place to another. There's a hesitation, though, for people that are like Lisa or others that have big communities that when they go live on Instagram, there's 100 people there on their live or 300 people there on their live, or they're on Twitch and there's a ton of people there on their live, but they want to start selling.
Whoa, what are you doing with my water bottle, dude? What are you doing? There, how about now? Now what are you going to do? You have an issue with my water bottle?
You have an issue with R2D2?
No.
R2D2
This is my golf
is a new
water
character of the Seller Stories podcast. When R2D2 wants to participate, you never know what R2D2 is going to say, because we could be having a conversation and then R2D2 goes like, and you see the subtitles below the screen when R2D2 talks. See how Brandy's already getting...
So you can make it say whatever you want.
All right, here's what I want to talk about. This is important. This is important.
We want to start out with welcome to podcast episode 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Good job.
There you go. Done.
So here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the Great Migration.
Oh boy.
Yeah. The Great Migration, the tsunami, the
Tsunami.
the avalanche. What other things are like that?
Mudslide?
Mudslide.
So it's just negative things?
No.
Anything positive?
The what's it called when you go somewhere for religious beliefs? Pilgrimage. Yes.
Oh, I was going to say birthright, but that's
The
just the Jewish thing.
pilgrimage. The pilgrimage that is about to take place.
Exodus from one place to
Yes,
another.
The exodus from one place to another. And I have some examples about it. Because what we're going to see are people that were like Lisa, who was in our last episode, that
Shout out to Lisa Gervich. What?
that were selling on other platforms in a way that is, I would say less efficient. Like when people are selling on Instagram, they don't have their own checkout. It's all Venmo and Cash App and stuff like that. And all those people are going to be moving to Whatnot or TikTok Shop.
The smart ones will.
They're all going to eventually. Right, R2D2? Yes.
We have to have a behind the scenes cam so we can watch her laugh.
So I think there's a hesitation, though, for people that are like Lisa or others that have big communities that when they go live on Instagram, there's 100 people there on their live or 300 people there on their live, or they're on Twitch and there's a ton of people there on their live, but they want to start selling, or they go live on YouTube, but they want to start selling. And they're thinking, well, I have this whole community over here on this platform. If I started on Whatnot or I went live on TikTok today, I wouldn't have as big of a community there. So I don't even want to get started. So, which is a very natural thing to happen, right? Like when you build your audience on a certain platform, right? And I'm speaking from experience. Like when we did our stuff on YouTube, it was like, we have our audience on YouTube, right? Those are our people. If I went to turn on an Instagram account, that's a whole new group of people.
But putting aside everything about building the new community and how Whatnot really does kind of help you do that with the giveaway, followers, giveaways, and things like that.
Yep.
Putting all that aside, I mean, don't you think you could get some of those followers to join you on Whatnot, and then you could even use your affiliate link to get them to sign up? I mean, there's all kinds of stuff.
Well, you nailed it. You hit the nail right on the head. And my advice, right? How do you feel about that, R2? Yeah, he's smart. What my advice to those people that have communities on other platforms for the next 12 months, you need to bring as many of those people over to Whatnot or whatever live selling platform you choose as you can. Like every day, you got to talk about, I'm going to be going live over here. I'm going to be going live over here.
Oh, so you're saying, I got what you're saying. You're saying basically build it up.
100%. You
Now, are you
need
saying
to do whatever you can to take the audience that you've built on platform A and bring them over to your live selling platform of choice.
So are you saying, just so I understand, so are you saying don't go live yet, plan a day to go live, and then on your whatever platform you're on now, hype the hell out of it, get them to do the bookmarks, sign up, all that, and then go live? Or are you saying just start going live and then phase out of the other one by continually, over 6 months or whatever? So you're basically doing both at the same time.
So both is definitely a fine approach.
Do both at the same time and get people to go into the other one.
I don't think there's a right or a wrong. So to your point, which I love, which is
My great points. That's what you love?
you're making really good points.
Great
today.
points that I make all the time.
I mean, today.
That a lot of times they just get right over your head. But now that you're focused in, you're seeing all of my great ideas. Is that what you're saying? That's what I heard. What about R2? That's what I heard.
Oh, he's full of
There
shit?
you go.
Okay, got it.
And we're back.
Wait, now I just want to drink my coffee without R2 saying anything. Is that possible? No. You stay over there. Here's what I'm saying
Yes.
about your points. I'm saying you could do either. You could either go live on Whatnot without informing your followers, just to start building up a base on Whatnot, right? Seeing what it's like to go live and not knowing anyone, and
Test the waters,
dip your toe.
if you will.
Or, which is the approach that I think I would choose, is pick a date certain on when your first live is going to be. Hype the heck out of it to your community.
Yeah.
Get everyone to join Whatnot, everyone bookmark your show. So when you finally do have that
I
show,
agree.
a lot of your people are already in there and you'll be getting all the new Whatnot people.
I agree.
That is going to be fantastic for the Whatnot algorithm because they're going to see, oh, this person just went live their first time and there's 80 people in there already. And the engagement is strong because they're already used to engaging with you on the other platform. So you already have all your inside jokes and you know the people by their username and all of that is happening. And then a bunch of new people are going to come in and they're going to want to join the party. Yeah,
You know
and
what?
that's the approach I would take.
So I have another thought on that.
Get
So
out.
let's say you're doing all of your stuff on, I don't know, pick a platform.
YouTube.
Okay, great. You're doing your stuff on YouTube. Perfect platform for what I'm about to say.
That's why I picked it. So what you're
You know where
saying
I'm
is,
going?
what you're saying is, you love my points. I'm making good points.
Jesus Christ. Is this going to be a back and forth the whole time? No, what I was going to say is YouTube is a perfect example where you could use this strategy. So do the whole hyping up like you're talking about,
Yes.
and then you can do a clean cut. But when you do the clean cut over to Whatnot, let's say, and this is specific to Whatnot, I'm not sure about other platforms, you can simulcast your show to the YouTube channel. So you could go live on Whatnot, choose your Whatnot channel to simulcast to, and have some kind of something that goes along the bottom that says we're live on Whatnot, and you can tell people, hey, my regulars that are usually here on YouTube,
And Twitch and TikTok.
you can literally simulcast to those other ones so that you don't lose those buyers because they'll go on because they think that you're live selling stuff. And you just tell them, hey, come over to Whatnot. The link's right there in the description. Click the link.
So here's
Bang.
my question for you, Joe. How come we're not simulcasting?
Because every time we bring it up, you say that it's not worth the time to set up. That's why.
We should probably test it.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a high priority, which is why we really haven't haven't
Because-
spent any time on it.
But that's because we haven't built up audiences on those platforms yet for the brands that we're going live with.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a good reason to not
No,
do
no.
it because it
What
helps you build audience.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you made the point that if someone already has an audience on YouTube, they got a simulcast.
I
because
think
they
it's a
have-
given.
A given, because
That's a given. Yes.
But for someone
Who's
where-
just on Whatnot, who doesn't have the followings on the other side, basically the other way around.
yes,
Is it worth it? Well,
Well,
I don't
it
know.
will
It could
be-
be because people can still find you in a search.
eyeballs are eyeballs.
And if you do the keywords and everything else, like
But
they
it's
can
not
still
as
show
high
up.
as a priority as it is if
Correct.
you already have the audience. That's my point.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is why we haven't messed with it. It's like with the 9 million other things that we have going on and the thousands of ideas that are spinning around in everyone's heads, it's probably not revenue generating, or at least not.
It's not a needle mover.
It's not as good of a ROI on our time.
Right. We would have to spin up a new channel. Let's spend time spinning up a new channel.
Yeah, or continue to fine tune what we're doing on the other channels or whatever.
Expand channels that we already have.
But I would like to try it soon. I think it can't hurt anything.
Yeah, we should talk about it during our tips and tricks.
So I have something that we haven't talked about it before. And it's
Ooh.
an idea that I had that I was going to add to our meeting, but we can maybe talk about it now.
I love how you like wedge in like the brand new ideas into the show.
Yeah, why not?
I think it's great. Because anyone that's watching, like they're getting
Right out of my head. This is fresh Joe. This is real shit.
and they're getting real reactions from R2D2,
Yeah,
which
this-
is the most important thing.
No, this is legit.
So here, let's see. We're
So-
gonna see what R2 says about it.
So I noticed the other day that if you do a Google search for a product and that product exists in some people call it a bin, I
Their
call it a
shop.
buy it now. Basically, it's the shop.
On Whatnot.
If you have products in your Whatnot shop, they are now showing up on Google searches,
They're indexed.
which means that Whatnot has dedicated some time to make sure that that stuff shows up.
SEO baby.
So I think that, we need to be doing it. I don't care what we put up there. We have products that we can sell. We need to put them up there because if nothing else, it's free advertising. If someone's looking for a sports card and we've got some sports cards listed and we can show up in that, and it's right at the top in Google. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the shopping portion.
100%.
Shows up right there, just like you would see eBay items on there. Well, now Whatnot shows up. So if you're not using that as a hack, I think you're falling behind. And we're not using it yet.
That also says a lot about the growth of live shopping platforms as a whole. Because what is going to happen, and what I'm sure is happening now, is people are searching for certain things. They're seeing that it's listed at a great price on Whatnot. They've maybe never heard of Whatnot before.
That's what I'm saying. It's free advertising.
They're clicking on Whatnot.
Yep.
They're being taken to the platform.
And then they're like, oh, look at this.
I'm like, oh, what is this? I got to sign up and I'm going to buy this thing. And then, oh, there's live shopping too.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I saw that last week and I thought, wow, this is a pretty big milestone for Whatnot to be showing up. I mean, you search something, there's only 5 things that show up right there on that top first page.
Yeah.
And Whatnot was one of them.
Huge.
That impressed me.
It's very good. I'm wondering if it's also going to start showing up in the AI searches. Like, is ChatGPT going to start showing Whatnot as a place to buy something? Is Gemini? Is Anthropic? Like, is Perplexity? Like, are all of these engines going to start index? Because if Google shows it, that means Gemini probably shows it too.
I would imagine.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's a great tip.
It's a pretty cool hack, I think, to get people. And I've been thinking about ways that we can do it. We could literally put up every card that we have in inventory that hasn't been allocated for a series, have it in our shop, and that increases the chances that we're going to show up for someone's search. Because if they're going to search, if people are searching
Absolutely.
for a Brian Dawkins football card and we happen to have one in stock, so the more we have listed there, the better our chances are of getting search results for people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people bookmarking our shows and following the account, all of it.
All that stuff, right? It's not the sale that you're trying to get out of it. It's really wow, this is another way that people can find us. It's like a reverse hack to get people to find out about you.
So let's talk about this. Over the last month, 2 months, we've seen some exceptional performance out of one of our channels, right? Because we've dramatically increased the hours live on that channel with the hosts that we have. And, I'll just put it out there because I think anyone that wants to scale is going to kind of run into this. And it's identifying what your number one constraint is in your business. And if you're a solo seller, your number one constraint is probably hours in the day, right? I have a full-time job. I come in and I sell in my own time, on my off hours. I can only do a certain number of things because everything I sell, and then I have to ship, et cetera, right?
It's the biggest obstacle to scaling.
So your constraint is time.
Yep.
Once you decide to go full-time, if it is your aspiration to go full-time, then it's how do you prioritize your time on being live versus doing those other tasks, whether it's procurement, fulfillment, customer service, all those other things, right?
Yep.
And we talked about this before. The first thing that you should outsource or hire someone for to do is your shipping. So you could spend more time live and then someone else is handling all your shipping for you. So you're kind of hands off as long as you have the right processes and you can teach someone. What we're running into now is we have the stability and the infrastructure of the shipping and the customer service, et cetera. What we're running into now is our constraint is no longer inventory. Our constraint is how many hosts are available to go live at different times. And we're doing a fantastic job during normal business hours, but where we have an opportunity now is on overnights or extended hours on weekends, right? So we've identified this as a constraint, and it's going to be all systems go, no matter what we have to do to find people to host. What would you say to individuals or businesses? Because I think businesses are going to run into this. And when I say businesses, brick and mortar store owners that are going to want to find people to bring in so they could go live, while the store's open during the day or even after hours. How do you find the right people?
That's a tough nut to crack. We haven't cracked it yet.
But we have ideas.
We have some great people already, but it's because they're people that were in our world. We really haven't gotten anybody from outside of our world yet. So this is still a challenge for us. And we've had plenty of ideas. We've tried a bunch of different things. But we really haven't cracked that nut yet.
Which is interesting. But I believe that, and it'll be nice to see kind of in future episodes, if you guys follow along, how we do crack it. Because what we talked about last time was our ideas about live selling and what it is and what it isn't, right? And kind of like our 3-part framework. I shouldn't even say framework. It's more like
It's a philosophy, really.
it's more like a philosophy on live selling, which is you lead with entertainment, you build your community, and then the sales are a byproduct of doing those two things right.
Yeah.
Right? And when I say entertainment,
100%.
I think if you hear that for the first time, you're like, okay, well, who's the dancing monkey on the screen?
Right.
And
We're not doing a dog and pony show.
The product could be part of the entertainment. That's an entertaining mug right there.
Yeah. No, it's more interaction with the chat. It's asking questions. It's doing stuff that may not even be related to what you're selling. Just having normal conversations, like a podcast kind of a scenario.
Vibe.
Right.
So, knowing that entertainment and community are the focus, I think if you look at, even QVC to an extent, the host is always talking about the product and the features and the benefits and all of that stuff, right? Which is important when asked the question, but it shouldn't feel like a sales pitch all of the time.
Yeah, but they've got some banter usually. I mean, the shows that people want to tune into, it's because they know the host and there's banter and that kind of stuff.
Or if you walk up to if you're at a farmer's market and you walk up to the shop that has the homemade honey, and you go and you pick up the jar of honey, the spicy honey that they made. The person behind the table is going to just start telling you all about the honey and how they made it, right? They're in full honey sales mode.
Mm-hmm.
But when we're thinking about the types of hosts we want to hire, I'm beginning to shift and think about it not as necessarily who are the hosts that I want to hire. It's what kind of entertainers do we want to onboard?
Okay, so just so I understand where you're coming from specifically. So in that scenario that you just outlined, where, okay, so I'm the customer and I walked up and I'm looking at the honey. Are you saying that that person behind the counter that's selling the honey, are you saying instead of talking about the honey, they should be more like, so where did you come here from today? How far did you travel for this farmer's market? Are you local? Is that what you mean? So it's more engagement and you're connecting at a personal level versus just connecting over the honey?
That's how you build community.
Is that what you're talking about?
It is.
Okay.
But really what I'm talking about is the difference between those in-person type sales and what we're trying to build with community-based commerce. And the types of hosts or entertainers we should be bringing into our world and training in the live commerce space. So if you think about it from an entertainment first operation, then you're not necessarily looking for live streamers / influencers, right? Which everyone would think, oh, I want to put an ad out for live streamers or influencers or social media people. And while that may work, and I'm not saying it doesn't, all I'm saying is our approach, I would like to lean more into where are the actors in our community that don't have regular acting gigs? Where are the comedians in our community that don't have regular stand-up gigs? Where are the performers, other performers in our community that would like a regular performance gig? And bring them in and merge that into a product category.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. And I say it's tricky because, this is only our third podcast. And in one of these podcasts, we talked about being genuine. So when you talk about bringing actors in who really don't know, like maybe don't know anything about cards, let's say.
Yeah, so that's not the right category for them.
Okay. So you're still saying like we want to find the actor who's also into whatever that
you
product
need to
is.
find the product category match to the
Okay.
person you're going to put there 100%.
Okay. Yeah, because I think we've talked about this before. I think it's obvious to your customers, the chat, whatever you want to call it. It's obvious if you're being disingenuous about things.
Absolutely.
And you're just acting like, hey guys, just because you have a polished actor doesn't mean you're going to connect with people.
No, and we've
got these awesome cards here. This one's it's a baseball player, it looks like. Everybody. Like, that's just going to come across cheesy as hell.
I don't know. I think you should do that. I think that's
Just
pretty
like that?
I think it's pretty hilarious.
Just like that. I was live for about 12 minutes today
yeah, we should.
on our card channel, so that
flip
was
that.
fun.
Everyone showed Joe selling cards.
Yeah.
earlier today. But you actually know a little bit about cards.
I do, yeah.
So that's helpful.
That's why it's
Unlike me with coins, I don't know
that's why it's genuine.
anything about coins.
That's why it's genuine. It doesn't come across weird. But we did make it work with the coins too, though. That's true. Neither
Yeah.
one of us knew anything about coins, and we were doing shows. We still are doing shows.
Right. Because we learned just enough, and we also entered, like, the channel was started by someone that knew a lot about coins, and we built the community.
Yeah, it worked.
So the community gives us grace when we don't know anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to that, so you're saying I'd love to unpack that more
Let's go.
because you've brought it up a couple times. We haven't actually acted on it yet. No pun intended. But you've talked about bringing in actors and comedians and stuff like that. We haven't done anything with that yet. I'm skeptical. So I'd love to hear.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, I mean, I'm skeptical about it. I think it's because of exactly. It's that it could come across as disingenuous
Well-
if you just get a talking head.
Yep.
Right? Why was Walter Cronkite so successful? Why was Peter Jennings so successful? It's because you could take them out from behind that table, that desk, and ask them about the Iran-Contra affairs, and they had an encyclopedic knowledge of that. They weren't just reading off of a prompter.
Correct. Well, I love your skepticism. And we're in a place right now where what we've tried has not worked yet.
Yeah.
So we're in a situation where we need to start trying more things.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter to me what things are right or
Yeah.
what things.
Just got to try it. Just try it. Here's another idea. Let's go.
And
Because all the traditional routes have not worked. We've done all the traditional stuff. We're
Yeah.
on ZipRecruiter and LinkedIn and, you name it. We're paying literally thousands of dollars to try to get people in the door, and it's not working.
So
So this is the next thing you're saying. Let's
did
just
I
try the
send
next
you
thing.
a Slack last night about this?
I don't think so.
I think I did.
I
I
didn't
don't
see
have
it.
my phone.
I didn't see it.
Okay.
You want me to check my phone? Here we go.
Okay.
Let's go in real time here.
So I think
we'll do it live.
I
Sorry.
either put it in Pulse or to you directly.
All right, let's take a look.
And if I didn't Slack it to you, then it was a thought, and maybe I just Slacked it to myself.
All right, let's see what we have. What am I looking for?
I don't know. It was just the last message I sent in Pulse. It wasn't a link to.
7:30 p.m. I saw this visualization last week. That was a Facebook thing. Okay. And then it was the
midnight thing.
vibe coding was at midnight.
Right. I think it was right after that.
7:31 a.m. this morning. Blog, team, whatnot.
Okay. Here's what I wanted to send you.
So just to be clear, you did not send it.
Correct, but I have it logged. I could have. I probably sent it to myself.
It's another one in the Joe was right category.
I probably sent it to myself.
Thank you very much.
And
But who's counting?
here's what the thought was.
Okay.
The thought was, I think we're going to need an office in New York City. That was my thought. Why do you think that was my thought? It's
Because you're Chad.
what does that mean?
So for those who don't know Chad as well as I know Chad, because Chad and I have spent more time together over the last 7 years, 8 years, almost 9 years, I think, than we have with any other individual, including our own family members.
This is valid.
So,
Okay, so why?
doesn't surprise me.
Okay, but it's not for the reasons you think.
No, I
Okay.
just think that's how you do things. You're like, okay, we've tried this, we've tried this, we've tried this. So we've done all of like what a normal person would do. Now we're going to do what Chad would do. And it's like, oh, it's too cold here in the office? Fine. Then we're going to do all of our shows from Venus from now on. Because it's warm in Venus.
But why would I say?
So this is no different.
But why? So why did I say New York City?
Because that's where they all live. And all of the people who are serving you food and beers at the bar and everything else are all actors. So if that's the case, we might as well just move to L.A.
Well, that's what I was thinking. L.A. or New York. But New York, we could actually go to a few times a week.
Right, because it's closer.
Yeah. So if we got studios in New York, we could probably have a lot more hosts.
Yeah. I mean, there's when you start talking about going to that level of investment, I think there's other things you can do too, which is you could broaden your, potentially. You could potentially broaden your search of people to the whole U.S. and then set up a studio for them in their house. Right?
So this was the other thought.
Now it brings up some extra costs because
But you know what?
you've got to get the items to them.
Hold on. I put it in Pulse.
Okay.
That's where this is. In addition to the, all right, maybe we need New York studios conversation because we can attract more hosts etc., was the how do we find hosts that are able to just set up anywhere in the country?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, like, a lot of people watching, I'm sure, know the brand Comfort, which is the hoodies. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you think about Comfort, what made Comfort go crazy viral on TikTok Shop?
Yeah, it was whatever celebrity started wearing them.
It was celebrities, it was influencers,
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Yeah.
They have their own lives. They have other people going live, like from their homes, etc., and people just doing videos with affiliate links, which tells me one thing: that Comfort, while their hoodies are fine, their sweat gear is fine, right? And you got to have a fine product. What did they master that no one else in that category was able to master? Why did they become the de facto sweatsuit? Why did everyone get matching Comfort sets for Christmas this year? And it's because of what you just said. They were able to figure out a way where they essentially became the drop shipper. I'm going to let everyone else be affiliates. I'm going to let other people go live with my product. And I'm going to make sure after every sale, everything gets fulfilled and shipped out of my central location. And if we're able to either acquire, be the provider for, or developer of a product, then we could do that same exact thing. So if we wanted to make sweatshirts and compete with Comfort, then and do it on Whatnot instead of TikTok, then we could find sellers, we could send them, here's the whole line, right? Talk about it. Every sale that comes in, we're fulfilling out of our facility.
But what's so revolutionary about that? Like,
No one's doing it on Whatnot.
You're saying launching a brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying...
Because there's plenty of brands that are selling on Whatnot.
I'm saying, yeah, but not in that way. Like, I'm saying there's a brand owner. Let's call it sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
There's a brand owner on sunglasses. Mm-hmm. There's 12 different styles, right? We have all the SKUs. We go live on our channel, but if other people also want to go live selling our sunglasses on their channel, they could do a show where they're just selling our sunglasses. They don't have to do any of the fulfillment. Everything that gets sold, we fulfill from here. And that drop shipping mentality, which is very popular on TikTok with the affiliate links, etc., has not made its way to Whatnot. And there's an opportunity there on Whatnot for companies to be those product owners. And yes, you could sell your product on Amazon, you could sell your product on TikTok, and you could sell your product on your own Shopify store. But if you want to build a network of individuals that sell on Whatnot, that they already have big audiences on Whatnot, they're always looking for new products to sell, and you're able to say, here, I'm going to send you all my SKUs, do a show just selling sunglasses. They're going to get a percentage of revenue, and we're going to do all the fulfillment.
Right. So that gives you that, whatever, for lack of a better term, that distribution.
Yeah.
You're creating sales distribution channels.
Exactly.
With Whatnot people that are either already on and established or have a great personality and want to do it, but don't want to do all the fulfillment and everything else.
Because a big barrier for people is that they don't have the follower yet, right? So they don't want to, they're like apprehensive about going live because people don't want to start at zero. Well, if you have a product and you don't want to start at zero, find other channels that will go live with your product. Like, it's just another way for you to get in the game. Because there's a lot of general merchandising sellers on Whatnot.
General merchandising?
General merchandising. By the way, that light's off, right? Now in part 2 of the pod, there's more lighting. I like the way it shadows on your face.
Yeah, it accentuates my bald spot right here. It's great.
Oh, But how's your stuff doing? You got to we got to
Oh
rub
yeah,
more.
our Spartan,
Yeah, you got to rub more Spartan on your
our
head.
non-sponsor Spartan that we keep talking about.
Yeah, because we're old men.
Middle-aged.
Yeah.
Old is always your dad.
How? Thank you.
Doesn't matter how old you are, your dad's always old.
You're right.
And you're always
So
middle-aged.
does that mean we're old to our kids?
Of course. Probably old to Brandy. Brandy
Sounds
said.
like we're old.
She gave us one of these.
She's just like almost.
I'll take that as a positive.
Oh, that's a great topic. Passion categories. What are we going to launch next, Joe?
Well, as you know,
I do know.
we have a meeting scheduled tomorrow
Ooh.
where we're going to take a look at some potential categories that we might want to get into next.
Bum, bum, bum. We're going to be on a launching category rampage.
Yeah.
Category launch rampage. It's going to be insane.
Yeah. We need to spin up more channels.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to, like we talked about before, it makes sense to have some sort of knowledge in whatever that category is that you're going to spin up. Now, at some point, you're going to get beyond it because you don't know everything and you want to keep expanding.
But you know what's
But
going to
you
be
have
great?
to have somebody that knows what the hell they're doing.
You know what's going to be great, and it's something we'll ideate more tomorrow on, and it's something that everyone's going to be able to follow along on, and it's what we talked about the last time we were together, which was go live, sell nothing, build the brand, build the community. It could be months of that, a couple times a week, ideating, reporting back, and then boom, new channels launched. I mean, the new channels launched ahead of time, but you finally source the product, you show people prototypes, everyone's part of building the brand with you. And
Yeah, that idea of like, let's go live and bring whoever wants to come in and offer ideas, give them
Along
the
for the journey.
opportunity to do so, and then you can follow along, help us generate the logo, help us create our tagline, help us figure out what product it's going to be. That whole thing, I think, is going to be really fun.
yeah. So while we're looking at other channels to spin up,
Yeah,
we know we're at least going to do that too.
yeah,
And it'll just be every week, we know from this time to this time, we're going to go live in this category and we're going to talk about this idea. And it'll be something that's never been done before on Whatnot. And we're going to take people for a journey. Now, what's interesting is, and Whatnot will tell you this, you know, and it's in their documentation and it's in their onboarding videos as a seller. And that's, when do I launch my first auction? If I'm a brand new seller, when should I start my first auction? And their advice to anyone new is like immediately. Like you immediately want to start getting bids in because that's what's going to, you know, tell the algorithm to send more people and there's activity in your stream, et cetera. And this strategy flies in the face of that advice that comes right from Whatnot. So anyone that is kind of watching this and thinking about it and they're like, oh, that is a good idea, I just want to like caution. This is not what Whatnot wants or suggests or tells you this is the right way to do things. This is an experiment, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if it's a good idea or a crappy idea. Either way, we're going to learn.
What does R2D2 think?
That's a great question. R2D2, what do you think about our strategy for launching a brand on Whatnot?
Yes.
I think that's a positive outlook.
He likes it. That's what I heard.
Well, on that note, I think we should stay tuned. And thanks for hanging out with Joe and I for
Seller Stories.
Seller Stories. Seller Stories. Is episode what? 5?
5?
No, it's 4.
I thought we were on 3.